Yes, I'm a hairstylist in Dallas, and so me and my clients, we watch the wheel to get.
Than any other beef brand.
Hold on.
850.
T.
Yes, there are 3 T's. Nice start.
I would like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
An A.
There are 3 A's as well.
Going after this next category. Awesome.
Well, there are 2 E's. $5.50.
S.
There's just one, but right up top. It is $6.50.
R.
Yeah, there is an R. You got $32.50, Charles.
I would like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
An I.
Yeah, good idea. There are 3 I's. $900.
C.
2 C's. You're making your way through it.
And I'd like to buy a vowel. An O.
And there are 2 O's. So, you cannot say I'd like to buy a vowel anymore. There are none left. It's 500.
F.
There is 1 F, yeah. It is $8.50.
M.
There is 1 M. $5.50.
N.
There are 3 N's. Charles does not like to share the wheel, I can tell here today.
Ryan, I would like to solve.
Ski on thin ice cream floats.
Okay, go for it.
Skating.
Yes.
On the thin ice cream float.
Yes, that is correct. You know, there are 2... The bankrupt. Sorry.
Once is short
Okay,
at
here we
the
go, Jeremy.
million.
Come on, Jeremy.
Come on. There you go. $6.50.
H.
Yeah, there's 1 H.
I'll buy the E.
You'll buy 3 E's. Oh, looking good. 3,500.
R.
And there is 1 R for $3,500. I would use it if I were you.
I sure will.
Okay.
G.
There's a G.
Yes.
Another $3,500, taking you up to $7,400. Oh no, come on, come on. I should have explained we don't want to land on that.
Now you say something.
I'm sorry. Charles?
All right.
$900.
N.
Yes, sir, there are 3 N's.
The queen.
I would like to buy a vowel.
Okay.
The I.
There is 1 I. And that's a good one.
S.
1 S.
The Green Mountain.
Ryan, I would like to solve.
I've heard you say that before.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it. Charles, there's more news. How about a ski trip in
I'm
Vermont?
going to Vermont.
Let's go.
Charles, you're gonna love this winter wonderland. Experience the vacation of a lifetime in Vermont at Smuggler's Notch, America's family resort. Hit the slopes on 3 big mountains with over 70 trails and relax in your mountainside condo. Visit smugs.com. $8,500.
You're having a great night. You're already up to $25,650. And of course, in the lead. Category, each one worth $2,000 if you get them all.
Triple toss and touchdown goals each.
The category is
Thing is the next category.
And let's play.
Not planet. Electric blanket.
Jeremy. Electric.
Yes.
Yes, sir. $2,000. So Jeremy gets the first one. Who gets number 2? Let's find out.
Cashmere blanket.
Anika.
Cashmere.
Yes.
And that's $2,000 for you. Good work. Time for the last one. Here we go.
It's not decorative. It's not microfiber. Oh, I know what it is. I'm solving. Security blankets.
Jeremy, security blanket.
Yes.
Yes, $2,000 again. Sad to admit, my security blanket is my stuffed
Got
Garfield.
$10,000.
It's time for the next category. It is event. For this one, we'll take a look at it. And Jeremy,
Event
you'll
is
start
next
spinning.
category.
We're running out
Speed
of time.
up.
It's the final spin. Give it a nice spin. We're gonna add $1,000 to where it lands.
$18 apiece to get events in category.
No money. The category is event. And Jeremy, you'll start.
T.
No T. Charles.
R.
No R. Danica.
N.
There are 3 N's. So still early in the puzzle, but take a good look at it, study it. Jeremy.
C.
No C, Charles.
G.
Yeah, there are 2 G's. You have 3 seconds once that clears. Tanika.
S.
No S. Jeremy.
M.
Yes, there's one of those. Charles.
L.
There is an L. Danica.
W.
Yeah, there is one W.
We need a classic game.
3 seconds. Jeremy.
P.
There is a P.
It's not? We need a player's game.
Winning a playful game.
No. Charles.
F.
2 F's, Charles. Let's get those in there.
No. Oh, we need a playoff game.
Winning a playoff game.
Yes.
Doing well to... And it is the E. How much is in this envelope?
E in game.
No. Okay, my friend, you chose. What are you doing? We're going to give you the R, S, T, L, N, and the E. Then we're going to put you to work. So, we need 3 more consonants and a vowel.
C. P. M.
Okay.
And A.
Well, Vanna, what else can we share with him? So that's what you're going to get.
What are you doing this last category? Writing a memo.
Give you 10 seconds. What are you doing? Good luck.
Writing a memo.
Congratulations!
Yes. $40,000. Yes.
Margaritaville lifestyle and find your new home in paradise. Visit latitudemargaritaville.com today for more information.
WSAV celebrates Martin Luther King Jr.
From the Alex from backstage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Jeopardy! Champions Wildcard. Here is our first group of semifinals. A high school teacher from Brooklyn, New York, Jen Feldman. A journalist from Honolulu, Hawaii, Drew Goins. And a development engineer from Raleigh, North Carolina, Joey DeSena. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Thank you, Johnny, and welcome to the semifinals of this year's Champions Wildcard. Over the next 3 games, we will crown 3 finalists who will be back on Thursday to play in a 2-game total point final, hoping to become our Champions Wildcard winner and advance to the Tournament of Champions next week. Today, our 3 semifinalists are Joey, Drew, and Jen. Good luck. Let's get right into the game. I have these categories for you in the Jeopardy round. First, in honor of the day, we are remembering Martin Luther King Jr. Then we have museums, farm tools and machinery, some British sitcoms, a little this or that, and finally, backwards and forward. Each response will be 2 words like God and dog. Joey, start the game.
Let's go with remembering Martin Luther King Jr. for 600.
King wrote,
Martin Luther King
"This
Jr. for
courageous choice
600.
of jail was his first contact with nonviolent resistance theory." Drew.
It was Thoreau.
Right.
Backwards and forwards for 800.
Met in competition, and a less jittery morning beverage choice. Joey.
What is
What is
T and
T and 8? No.
What is faced and decaf?
You figured it out.
Backwards and forwards for 1,000.
students, and an unfortunate mistake. Drew.
What are pupils and slip up?
Good for 1,000.
Museums for 600.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art has an iconic image of American history. Washington crossing this river. Joey.
What is the Delaware?
What's the Delaware? What was the King
Martin
Jr. for
Luther King Jr.
800?
for 800.
With a dissertation comparing Paul Tillich and Henry N. Wyman, in 1955, King earned his PhD from Boston University in this ology. Drew.
What is theology?
It is theology.
This or that for 800.
They're the two basic diving options seen here. One lets a layer of water in to warm up next to your body. One lets in none. Drew.
What are wetsuit and dry suit?
Yes.
This or that for 1,000.
In early political science, government by the best, hoi aristoi, was contrasted with government by the people, them. Drew.
What's hoi polloi?
Good for 1,000.
Museums for 800.
Opened in 1819, this museum has many paintings that were once in the collections of Spain's 16th and 17th century monarchs. Joey.
What's the Prado?
What's the Prado?
Martin Luther King Jr. for 1,000.
At King's funeral, this gospel singer and close friend sang the hymn, Precious Lord, Take My Hand. Her name, Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia
Back to
Jackson
you,
is what we're
Joey.
looking
British
for.
sitcoms for
British
600.
sitcoms for 600.
Captain Peacock kept the retail staff on their toes on Are You Being Served? A show set at Grace Brothers, one of these businesses. That was a department store set sitcom. Back to Joey.
Sitcoms for 800.
As time goes by, about lovers who meet again after years apart, starred this Oscar winner for Shakespeare in Love. Drew.
Who is Fiends? Fines?
No, I'm sorry. Jen.
Who is Judi Dench?
It is Judi Dench.
British sitcoms 1000.
This show about two boozy women trying to stay young began as a skit on the French and Saunders sketch comedy show. Joey.
What's absolutely fabulous?
Yeah, AbFab, you're right.
Museums for 1,000.
Answer. Daily Double, Joey. As you can see, you're in second place at the moment.
True Daily Double, Ken.
All right, betting it all in museums. Here's your clue. Sir Aston Webb designed this London Museum of Decorative Arts.
What is the Crystal Palace?
Sorry,
Crystal Palace.
no.
No,
The
the Victoria Albert
All right,
Einstein.
you're starting from zero, but select again.
Sitcoms for 400.
I'm Alan Partridge starred this performer as a former TV talk show host who finds himself on Radio Norwich. Jen.
Who is Coogan?
Yes.
British sitcoms 200.
On this sitcom, Basil needed lots of help from Polly and Manuel running a seaside hotel. Jen.
What is Faulty Towers?
It is Faulty Towers. Yes, you're in second place with 1,400. And we're...
And I even put that theme song on playlist that I listened to, but when it came down to it, I could not remember the name of one of my favorite shows.
In the moment, it was just stressful enough.
It was, and I'm proud that last week I remembered the name of my actual favorite show, Slow Horses, so my work of studying the name of my favorite shows paid off the last few months.
Welcome back. Drew Goins is a journalist from Honolulu and really leaning into that today. Look at that. That's a look. What about you? Do you have regrets from your early appearances?
Farm tools and machinery for 200.
Nebraskans may know, it's a machine intended for the operator-free removal of leaves and hairs from cobs. Drew.
What is a husker?
Yes, a corn husker.
Corn husker. Farm tools and machinery for 400.
Used worldwide, like against locusts in Africa, it's an aircraft employed for spraying pesticide over large acreages. Jen.
What is a crop duster?
You're right.
Museums 400.
To see Jericho's Raft of the Medusa in person, head to the Salle Moyen in this museum. Drew.
What is the Louvre?
It is.
This or that for 600.
Okay, coach. 4th and inches, ball on your own 45. Punt, or these three little words, meaning run or pass for a first down, as the crowd wants. Are you going to punt or are you going to go for it? Back to you, Drew.
Backwards and forward for 600.
To exude an odor or radiation, and 3:47 p.m. Jen.
What is emit and time?
Right.
Martin Luther King Jr. 400.
King's first name was originally Michael, but inspired by a visit to this country, his father changed both his own and his son's names. Joey.
What is Germany?
Yes.
Was Germany backwards and forwards with 400?
400.
3 feet and a sturdy cart. Joey.
What is
What's the
yard
other and
dry?
You got them both in time. Yeah.
Museums for 200.
St. Petersburg, Russia has a museum devoted to these bejeweled objects given as Easter gifts by the Tsar. Drew.
What is a Fabergé egg?
Right.
Farm tools and machinery for 600, please.
This machine is used to gather and compress hay, straw, or corn stalks into round or rectangular shapes. Drew.
What is a baler?
It is a baler.
Tools for 800.
This type of silo with a conveyor belt to take grain up to the top level is mentioned in the first paragraph of O Pioneers. Drew.
What is a grain elevator?
Correct.
This or that for 400.
Even dog people sometimes mix up the Alaskan Malamute and this less bulky breed from a different northern land. Drew.
What's a husky?
Siberian Husky, yeah.
This or that for 200.
This item is in Pop-Tart's full name, but many choose to eschew it before chewing. Those are Pop-Tart's toaster pastries, but I think they're pretty good untoasted. Back to you, Drew.
Farm tools for 1,000.
Often used for forage plants, this tractor attachment bores down and inserts seeds into soil with minimal disturbance. And that's a seed
drill is what we are looking for.
MLK for 200.
ML for 200.
During the 1963 March on Washington, King gave his I Have a Dream speech from the steps of this monument. Drew.
What is the Lincoln?
Can you be more specific?
The Lincoln Memorial.
That's it. Final clue?
The
Your
last
emotional
clue.
disposition and ruinous fortune. Drew.
What are mood and doom?
Yes, that's correct. And you must be in a pretty good mood. 7,200 for you. Joey will select first in Double Jeopardy when Champions Wildcard.
I get to start first in Double Jeopardy.
Have French geography, 18th century writing, then Broadway, psychology. Let's talk about politics. And finally, starts with D.
G quotation marks.
Let's go Broadway, 1,200.
In 2024, Jim Parsons played the stage manager, and Katie Holmes was Mrs. Webb in a revival of this Thornton Wilder play. Joey.
What is
What's our town? Broadway for 1,600.
For 1,600.
In 2022, this beloved entertainer became the first black woman to have a Broadway theater named after her. Jen.
Who's Horn?
It is Lena Horne.
Starts with a D, 1600.
It's the sale or liquidation of a corporate division, from the Anglo-French for undress. Drew.
What is divestment?
Yes.
Starts with D for 2,000.
This Enlightenment-era philosophy rejected miracles but believed in a divinely inspired universe. Drew.
What is deism?
Right again.
Broadway for 2,000.
In 2023, Jodie Comer won a Tony for her role as a barrister in this one-woman play, whose Latin title means at first sight. Drew.
What is prima facie?
Yeah, prima facie, we'll take that.
Thank you. French geography for 1,200.
France is big on 5-letter rivers. The Yonne flows northwest between the Seine and this 634-mile one. Joey.
What's the Loire?
Right.
French geography for 1,600.
Glaciers cover about 40 square miles of this highest mountain in the Alps, though some in Italy claim it is theirs, not France's. Joey.
What is Mount Blanc?
Correct.
French geography for 2,000.
The chief city
Geography
of
for
Alsace and home to
2,000.
several European institutions, this eastern city is just 2.5 miles from the German border. That's Strasbourg.
Strasbourg is
Thank you,
what we're
Joey.
looking for.
Let's talk about politics for 1,200.
A 2015 article in The Atlantic gave us this alliterative term for a young male supporter of Senator Sanders. Jen.
What is a Bernie bro?
Right.
18th century writing, 1600.
In this satirical essay, Jonathan Swift suggested killing and eating poor Irish children to help end poverty. Drew.
What is a modest proposal?
Yes.
Starts with D for 1,200.
Actor Coleman and singer Placido know it's the Spanish word for a day of the week. Joey.
What's Domingo?
What's the bingo? Let's talk about
Let's talk
politics for 1,600.
We are the 99% was the rallying cry of this movement that took over part of Lower Manhattan in 2011. Joey.
What is Occupy Wall
What
Street?
occupies Wall Street? Politics for 2,000.
With a brain tumor and unable to speak, Claire Engel pointed to his eye to vote aye and end a Senate filibuster against this 1964 act? Joey.
What is
the Civil Rights Act?
2000.
Politics for 800.
300?
Woodrow Wilson won the White House in 1912 after this former pres threw his hat in the ring, weakening incumbent William Howard Taft. Drew.
Who's Teddy Roosevelt?
Yes.
Psychology for 16.
CBT is short for this therapy. Psychotherapists use it to change negative thinking patterns. Drew.
What is cognitive behavioral?
Right.
Psychology for 2000.
The German for shape gives us this school of psychology that focuses on the whole rather than the parts. Drew?
What is Gestalt?
Yes.
18th century writing for 2000.
In 1774, this once enslaved woman wrote, "Then fix the humble Afric muse's seat at British Homer's and Sir Isaac's feet." Jen.
Who is Wheatley?
Phyllis Wheatley for 2000. Very good.
18th century writing for 1200.
Answer. Daily double. A chance to move out a third, Jen.
5,000, please.
Okay, you'll be in second place with 12,200. Here's your clue in 18th century writing. Pangloss and Cunegond are characters in this satire that mocked optimism by portraying a world of folly and danger.
What is Candide?
Candide is right. You move into second place.
Yes.
Starts with D for 800.
It's a mournful song or hymn for the dead. Drew.
What is a dirge?
It is a dirge.
Psychology for 1200.
Answer. The final daily double. There it is. What do you want to do with it, Drew?
Let's do 4,000, please.
All right. You would add 4,000 if correct. Here's your clue in psychology. Like helicopter parents, this term from a sports-minded Danish psychologist describes parents who sweep obstacles away from kids.
What are curling parents?
You don't seem very hopeful about that, but they are curling parents. That is correct.
Don't took his answer. Yes.
Broadway for 800, please.
I Dreamed a Dream and Do You Hear the People Sing are songs from this show. Drew.
What is Les Mis?
Yes.
Broadway for 400.
This musical that played on Broadway from 1988 to 2023 is based on a horror novel by Gaston Leroux. Joey.
What is Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah.
18th century writing for 800.
Visionary artist and poet William Blake wrote collections titled Songs of These Two Opposites. Joey.
What are light and dark?
I'm sorry, that's not correct. Drew or Jen? Those are songs of innocence and songs of experience.
Songs of experience.
Back to you,
That's
Joey.
what we're looking
French
for.
geography for 800.
The southern region known as the French Riviera, running east roughly from the village of Cassis, is known by this name in French. Drew.
What is the Côte d'Azur?
That's correct.
French geography for 4.
This 10,000 square mile region in the northwest sounds like it could be part of a different nearby nation. Drew.
What is Brittany?
You got it.
Starts with D for 400.
To speak slowly with vowels prolonged. Some might have a southern one. Jen.
What is a drawl?
That's right.
18th century writing 400.
Caleb Williams, the hero of an early one of these creepy novels of crime and atmosphere, throws no TD passes, but exposes a murderer. Drew.
What is a noir?
No, I'm sorry. Joey or Jen? Those are gothic.
Gothic novels
Back
is
to you,
what you're
Jen.
looking for.
Psychology 800, please.
Freud identified this mental energy, from the Latin for desire, with sexual drive. Drew.
What is eros, erotic?
Correct. Eros or libido. Back to you, Drew.
Politics for 400.
The Free Soil Party didn't want to give away dirt. It was opposed to the expansion of this. Drew.
What's slavery?
Yes. Final clue in psychology is this. Psychology's hierarchy of these says that more basic ones like food must be met before loftier ones. Drew.
What are needs?
Hierarchy of needs. Yes, you rounded 26,800. Great game by all three of you, but Drew has a big lead. Here's your final Jeopardy category. Cold War.
Cold War craft is the final Jeopardy category.
with Joey
Alright, let's
Center,
see
who
it.
had
Wait,
200 and wrote down the Nautilus. Give or take
Nautilus?
a couple vowels. That is correct. The first nuclear
Yes,
powered submarine.
Nautilus.
He wagered
$611 equals up to
Jen Feldman
$9,811.
had 12,600. Did she write down Nautilus? No, she's
Watch
shouting out
one
women's
with this one.
sports.
We
That's
know
a great
that's
cause,
wrong.
Jen. Unfortunately, it will cost you
$2,600
You have
each. She
10,000.
drops
The Drew
to.
Goins had that big lead
She
with
drops to
26,800.
$10,000.
Did he know it was the Nautilus? What is a
Mouse, we know that's wrong.
Mouse, Drew. What did you wager? He did
Nothing,
not
and he has
anything.
coined